It's your boy Wisdom B. What's going on, YouTube? How y'all doing today? If you guys like this video, let's just get this out of the way. Just to move on to the video. If you guys like this video, show some support and like it. Definitely subscribe to stay with the most recent and latest videos and more content. Battlefield 1, Uncharted, Involved, and etc. You know the deal. So this is the actual special video. Movie Sunday. We were talking about some of this year's more recent and some of more released movies that came out this year, and we're gonna start this video off talking about Star Wars: Force Awakens and this year's Star Wars: Rogue One. So, if anyone's a huge Star Wars fan, definitely leave that in the comments below and tell me what's your favorite trilogy of the Star Wars franchise. What was your favorite? Was it the prequels? What was it the actual first ones that came out? Even if it's your favorite Force Awakens movie or stuff of that area, let me know in the comments below. Kind of see where the subscribers are split in between which trilogy they're split against. But definitely my favorite trilogy, just to start this off with, was, I would say, probably, I'm not the, and a lot of people are probably gonna be like, what the hell, but I'm gonna have to give it to the prequels, just because the fact being that the first, I believe it was A New Hope. I think it was Star Wars: A New Hope. The very first Star Wars. I think that movie was just drastically boring, just because the first about 45 minutes or an hour of the movie was really like boring. The movie took a lot of time to pick up, and with the prequel movies, it was very like straightforward kind of. Well, I mean, I guess that's the same thing with the first prequel movie. I think it was Phantom Menace. It did take a while to kind of pick up on the action, but at the same time, it was kind of explaining the story, which I guess that's kind of contradicting in the fact that they kind of New Hope and Phantom Menace basically took a little bit of a while. But I think Phantom Menace as well, it took less time to get more into the action, stuff like that, and more of the characters. I think that's what I liked a little bit better about, New Hope. Besides that, the actual first trilogy, the second one was pretty good. I forgot what it's called. I think it's, I don't know actually. I forgot. But after that first movie, that's where things kind of got really interesting. I really liked it. But besides that point, I think the first trilogy was amazing. Just that I really liked the prequel trilogy just because of the actions and visual effects and stuff like that was really awesome. And compared to the old trilogy, obviously that was like made on what, 19, I think 60s. Correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong. I don't really remember. I knew it's a while ago. And sound effects were kind of like compared to the prequels and stuff like that. But definitely I enjoy the prequels just because you got to really understand and know who Darth Vader is. And I think I really like that whole story a bit better than just the actual story of the original trilogy and how evil he is, all of that. I really like the prequels because it really explains, and you could really see how he was before all of this happened as a kid, as what age he was in the Clone Wars, and right as he becomes Darth Vader, you get to see this transition of how good can come complete bad. And he was the one who was supposed to restore order to the Jedi, but just turns out he was influenced by Palpatine, and that's how it happened. He became Darth Vader. He got influenced believing he could save people's lives just because he had dreams of his wife Padme gonna die from birth of his children, Luke and Leia. So that influence really messed him up. And for some reason I did not really understand the whole betrayal fact of him and Obi-Wan. I never really understood it. I didn't really think that was a strong enough perspective or view of Anakin to really feel like he's been betrayed. But I mean, that was kind of weak sauce on that kind of, story of why he felt, Obi-Wan betrayed him. That didn't really make too much sense to me. But the prequels was really amazing just because of visuals, and I really out of the prequel, the Clone Wars was my favorite just because it was like, I believe like since start to end, it was straight action. It was story was kind of. I mean, I think the story was there. It was setting up to the Revenge of the Sith of why Anakin was. He was slowly but surely getting to that dark stages of um, becoming, going towards that dark side area a little bit. So you definitely saw that leading into the beginning of the Revenge of the Sith. So it was just a great trans transition, seeing why, and you could understood why Anakin became Darth Vader and why he was influenced with the dark side, why he is a part of the dark
We
side,
have
and
taken
why he
objective
is so,
apples.
one of the strongest, or probably be the strongest dark side wielder or Sith in dark side Star Wars history.
We have taken
He's
objective
definitely,
Charlie.
if you know the history of, Darth Vader, is that his actual suit is built in the sense that Palpatine wanted design, and
We
the
have
fact
lost
that
objective
he
apples.
wanted it to torment and torture Anakin, just because he wanted to be able to control him to some limit and some degree, so he's not powerful enough to overtake Palpatine, which eventually happened when Luke Skywalker kind of convinced Vader to, I'm your son, you need to help me out, destroy Palpatine. I know they're so good in you. And so he had a design where he wanted, Anakin to have this huge burden of this armor on him. And so, fact being that the actual Anakin found a lot of ways to kind of defeat the purpose of the design of the suit, where he used the Force to actually make him have a little bit
We
more
are losing
mobility.
objective
He used the
Charlie.
suit to where he can hit a lot harder with his saber, slices and dices and stuff like that. So he that's what made him really strong. That he bent the rules of what restraints and limitations he had in him, no matter how messed up it was. It was both his legs cut off or his arm, or he defied, and he really used the Force in ways where it's very creative but very useful to his way of how he executed and you know did what he did as Darth Vader, and that's what scared Palpatine, was that he would turn on Palpatine and kill him like any other Sith person would, which I don't think he would have, just because I think that
We have taken
I
objective
think
Duff.
that Anakin himself, his goal was basically Palpatine, and whatever Palpatine said is what what he followed. And I think Anakin really know what he wanted after so many years of just taking orders as taking orders from Palpatine. And I think that eventually he just got the feel that he just needed to destroy rebels. I think that was ultimately his goal. But being fed so much lies and deceives, the deception and stuff from Palpatine, all he wanted to do was destroy the rebels, Jedi's, and after that, I don't even think he knew what he really wanted to do after that. So I think to some extent that Darth Vader, he's a very awesome character, and he's very he has a lot of purpose behind what he does, but I just love the prequel just because it shows, wow, this guy who destroyed Jedi's, he's Jedi, killer and rebel destroyers, taker of planets, and this guy, how he turned out to be in the start, how good he was, how he was meant to, restore order to everything, and now look where he's at, and I think that's what I really loved about it, is just what took him to that place of such dark side, but you saw that light side before all of the dark thing came around. You really got to, it really explained, the Darth Vader and all of that before he became evil. And when you first saw the original trilogy, you wondered who is Darth Vader and what's his purpose and what's all this about. And you understood that after you seen the prequel movies, which I understood some people would say, the prequel trilogy story wasn't as good as the original, which obviously it never will be, but that's where people kind of split between the whole original and the prequel trilogy, which that's, people have their opinion, and I respect that. That's fine by me. But definitely Force Awakens. That was a great comeback, a great way for Disney to kind of bring back Star Wars, the franchise, and bring fans back together for the new franchise and the whole new movies that they're
We
coming
have
out
taken
with. That's
objective Duff.
really freaking awesome. I really loved that movie. When I first saw that movie, start to end, I had jittery feelings of like, this is Star Wars. Like, been so many years since they haven't, another Star Wars movie, and it's great. It's feel like a Star Wars movie. Makes you feel for these characters, makes you love these
We have
new
taken
characters,
objective Charlie.
and it's freaking awesome just how Disney just made this movie, coming back. The movie wasn't perfect, obviously not, because it had a lot of, it has a lot of things that made you question after leaving the movie, but what Star Wars movie hasn't? So I mean, definitely the whole Ray, who's your father, and then the fact who is Snork. I think there's a lot of Star Wars theories on that going on, and I think that's really cool. Just because that I'm actually part of the generation where I could actually, the next Star Wars movie, create theories on that. It's a whole little fun aspect of being a Star Wars fan, kind of figuring out like who's who, what's going on, who's this person related to, and that's really, really, really awesome about Star Wars, the history of Star Wars, just finding out, who's related to who, who's so powerful, why is this person doing this, who's Snork, who's Kylo Ren, who's, stuff like that. That's really awesome. Definitely want to touch a little bit on the fact that uh, Kylo Ren, I don't think is fully evil yet. I don't think he's fully Sith yet, just because of the fact that when he killed his father, Han Solo, which rests in peace, buddy. He, you know, compared to Anakin Skywalker, when he was able to kill the younger Jedi's, baby Jedi's in the prequel movies, his eyes turned yellow, a fiery red yellow, and that symbolizes for Sith, or it symbolizes the anger and the power of the dark side coming within you. And when that happens, you don't think logically. You have a lot of hate. You have a lot of, that's why when Anakin was fighting Obi-Wan, he had those yellow red eyes, and he sounded with so much hate, and he didn't really sound like he was speaking logically, just because that dark side came over him, and they can't control the dark side, and they don't think logically. They just think hate and anger. It's kind of like if they turn into the Incredible Hulk, they don't have that logical controlling mode. They just have hatred and stuff like that. So
We
the
have
thing
lost
was,
objective
when he
Duff.
killed him, that's what kind of happened there. And so Kylo Ren didn't get that. He said he felt weaker. He said he's felt the weakest that he's ever been in a very long time. So with that said, I think there's still light inside of him, but I think that
We have
the dark
taken
side
objective
is
Fred.
trying to surface above him, and he's not. I think he's very confused in where he's at in the universe right now, and it's going to be interesting. Maybe there's a possibility that he's a rogue Jedi, where he's trying like to, master the dark side, but yet keep light inside him. But there's a possibility he might just completely go dark, and that's going to be an interesting twist. But definitely, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely be doing more of these in the future. I hope you guys like this video. Leave a thumbs up for the support, and if you guys want to stay recent to all content on this channel, just subscribe. You know where I'm at. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thanks, guys. Bye.